Hey guys, welcome back for another mini message this week, and we're back in Genesis chapter 21, and I'm going to look at verses 20 through 24 today. It says, about this time, Abimelech came with Phicol, his army commander, to visit Abraham. Obviously, God is with you, helping you in everything you do, Abimelech said. Swear to me in God's name that you will never deceive me, my children, or any of my descendants. I've been loyal to you, so now swear that you will be loyal to me and to this country where you are living as a foreigner. Now, a couple of interesting things happening here. Some biblical scholars say that the Abimelech that we're seeing here in chapter 21 is not the same Abimelech that we saw in chapter 20, and that Abimelech is like not necessarily a proper name, but it is a title that is given to rulers, Canaanite rulers in this area. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. I tend to think this is the same Abimelech from chapter 20. And part of the reason that I think that is as I read the language here where he talks about, swear to me in God's name that you will never deceive me, my children, or any of my descendants. That fits so well with what happened in chapter 20, because remember in chapter 20, Abraham lied about who Sarah was, and it was going to cause a lot of problems in Abimelech's family, in his house, in his leadership, because he brought Sarah into his house with every intention of either making her a wife or a concubine. So this, to me, leans into the fact that this is the same person. And so he still has concerns. He understands because of how God spoke to him about Sarah and how he has seen God bless Abraham. He's very clear and understands that God has a special relationship with Abraham, and Abraham is blessed in a special way. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to ingratiate himself to Abraham, and he's trying to make sure that he and Abraham have basically a treaty between the two of them, and that he never deceives him again. That's where I think this is headed. So Abimelech noticed this because I think these blessings were so evident on Abraham's life. Abraham kind of from God, he had the Midas touch, if you've ever heard that phrase. Everything he touched turned to gold. I've run across a few people in my life that were kind of like that. No matter what they did, it just seemed to work, right? If it was in business or whatever, it just seemed to work. That was Abraham. And it was specifically because of what God had called him to do, the blessing that was on his life and the purpose that his life had. So God blessed him over and over and over in this. And you know what? God blessed him and God used him sometimes when it wasn't very fun and when it wasn't what maybe we even think God maybe should have done. Because even when Abraham drifted, God never changed course. He continued working through Abraham. He continued growing, continued using him, even in the middle of all those things. So that blessing was evident because God is faithful in all things. And when he makes a promise, he will keep it. And even a pagan ruler like Abimelech understood there was something special about the blessings of God. You guys have a blessed day. We'll see you again soon.